Have you ever been there? You study for months, you know the material inside and out, but you still bomb the big competitive exam? It is so frustrating, right? It feels like there's some secret code you just haven't cracked. Well, today we're cracking it.
Okay, first things first, we need a major mindset shift. The source material is crystal clear on this. The person who made your test is not your friend. They're not there to teach you. Their job is to be a filter, designed specifically to weed people out. That means the exam isn't a lesson. It's a very carefully built obstacle course.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If it's not just about knowing your stuff, then what's the secret sauce? How do you become one of the people who sails right through, while so many others just get stuck?
Well, here's the thing. The core issue, and our source really hammers this home, isn't about how smart you are. It's not even really about how much you know. It comes down to something called pattern blindness. This is the hidden reason why even the sharpest people can completely faceplant in a competitive exam.
Think about it this way. Pattern blindness is when you know all the rules of grammar, but you just can't see how the examiner is twisting those rules to set a trap. You're showing up to play a simple game of checkers, but they're playing 3D chess, and they're using your own knowledge against you.
So if you're going to beat the filter, you have to stop thinking like a student and start thinking like a strategist. The guide we're pulling from today, it's not a textbook. It's positioned as something way more aggressive. It's a playbook, a counterintelligence manual designed to beat the examiner at their own game. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. The old school approach is totally passive, right? You just learn a bunch of theory and hope for the best. But this pure exam mode, it's active, it's surgical. You completely ignore anything that isn't tested, and you focus 100% on spotting those traps. It's all about efficiency.
I mean, come on, this quote says it all, doesn't it? You're not just studying, you're arming yourself. This isn't about curling up with a book, it's about deploying a whole system of strategies with one goal and one goal only, getting you past that filter.
All right, so let's get into the good stuff. What do these traps actually look like? If you want to beat the test maker, you've got to learn to think like one. Let's break down some of their favorite, most clever tricks. First up, we've got the classic ear trap. Now, examiners know that we all rely on what sounds right, based on how we talk every day. Senior than me sounds totally fine in conversation, but it's grammatically dead wrong. The actual logic is that Latin-based adjectives like senior, junior, or superior always take to, never than. They are banking on you trusting your ear over the cold, hard rulebook. Okay, here's another one you'll see all the time, the subject hiding maneuver. Your brain scans this sentence, it sees the plural word mangoes right next to the verb are, and it gives you a little check mark. Yep, mangoes are, sounds good. But guess what? That's the trap. See, the real subject here isn't mangoes at all. It's the singular word quality. That whole chunk of these imported mangoes is just noise. It's a distraction, deliberately put there to throw you off. The quality is great. They hide their real subject in plain sight. It's a classic bit of misdirection. Now we're getting to the boss level. For the people who are really aiming for those top scores, examiners pull out what the source calls the rule blending technique. This is where they bake not one, but two or more sneaky errors into a single sentence. And it's designed to catch the person who finds the first mistake and thinks they're done. Take a look at this. Most people will spot error number one pretty fast. Each is singular, so the verb has to be has, not have. Easy peasy. They fix it in their head, they feel smart, and they move on. But they've fallen right into the trap because they missed the second, sneakier error. Since each is singular, the pronoun referring to it also has to be singular, his, not their. If you only fix one error, you still get the question wrong. That's how they get you. So how in the world do you fight back against these layered, complex traps, especially when the clock is ticking? Well, the source suggests using really practical tools, like this decision tree for articles. Instead of just guessing or going with your gut, you follow a clear, logical path. It forces you to think systematically, bypassing that panicky part of your brain that just wants to guess. Okay, so having the weapons is great, but you also need a battle plan. This system is designed to be flexible, depending on how much runway you have before the big day. It's all about picking the right strategy for your timeline. So whether you've got 3 months or 3 days, there's a mode for you. The 90-day track is for total mastery. The 30-day track is all about execution and drills.
In the 7-day track, you're in precision mode, just hitting the most common traps. And the 3-day crash mode, that's your break glass in case of emergency protocol. You literally just study the answer key explanations to absorb the test maker's logic as fast as humanly possible.
So, beyond all the tactics and the specific traps, there's one big, overarching principle that holds this entire system together. It's called the Golden Rule, and it has everything to do with building your mental toughness for exam day.
Here it is. When you're practicing, you have to force yourself to commit to an answer before you look at the key. Why? Because looking early is a crutch. It gives you this false confidence. The real exam has no safety net. This rule trains the exact skill you need, the ability to make a call under pressure and live with it. It's like building up your decision-making muscle.
And that really brings us to the final and most important question you need to ask yourself. Knowing the subject is great. It's the price of admission. But it's not enough. To get past that filter, you have to start studying the test itself, its patterns, its traps, its psychology, because at the end of the day, that is the game you are actually playing.